Hi. If the letter C confuses you, you're not the only one. So today, I'm going to show you how to get the pronunciation right for the 4 different ways the letter C is pronounced. I'll also explain the spellings and the rules. Oh, before I start, don't miss out on my speaking club.
Great workshop.
The link is in the description below. So, the first way the letter C is pronounced is the hard C, which is pronounced as K. This is an unvoiced sound, so you need lots of breath to make the sound. But no voice is required. So how do we make this sound? Well, we have to block the air by pressing the back of our tongue on the soft palate. This is the soft tissue that hangs at the back of your mouth towards your throat. Start with a build-up of air pressure, then release it like this. K. K. So, now you've got the sound right, let's take a look at the words beginning with the letter C that have the K sound. Easy ones first. Cat, cot, cut, card, cool, coffee. Notice that when the letter C is a hard K sound, it's followed by the vowels A, O and U. That's an important rule to remember. The letter C also comes at the end of words, and again it is pronounced as the K sound. For example, music, realistic, academic, specific, zinc, disc. As you can see, many of these words end with the letters IC. Then you have hard C when it's followed by another consonant like cross, clay, cling film, crush. Then there are words ending in CT. Be careful when you practice these to make sure you pronounce the T at the end of the word. Fact, perfect, connect, contract, deduct. Okay, let's try a practice sentence. Repeat after me. A perfect cup of coffee with a carefully crushed cranberry. A perfect cup of coffee with a carefully crushed cranberry. Great. And remember, you can always go back and practice as much as you like. The second way the letter C is pronounced is when the C is soft and sounds like a S. Let's get the S sound right first. Once again, this consonant sound is unvoiced, so you need a lot of breath to make the sound. However, the airflow is not completely blocked by the tongue. So start by pressing the blade of your tongue lightly against the alveolar ridge and allow a little air to pass through, like this. This is the sound of a soft C. Here's a rule to make a special note of. When C is soft, it's followed by either an I, an E, or a Y. As in these words: city, centre, cycle. Maybe you can make a list of some more like this. Okay, let's have a look at these words when the letter C is followed by an E at the end of the word. For example, nice, price, twice, rice, race, pace. If there was no E after the C, it would be a hard K sound. It's the E at the end of the word that softens the C sound. Now have a look at these words with the soft C sound when CI is at the beginning and in the middle of the words. Circle, cinema, exercise, concise, precise. Now the third way the letter C is pronounced is when C sounds like sh. Again, it's unvoiced, so no voice required, but lots of breath. And just like the S sound, the airflow is only restricted, so you must allow some air to pass through, but the tongue is slightly further back from the alveolar ridge. Both sides of the tongue touching the sides of the ridge. Now raise the front of your tongue towards the hard palate so the air can flow through this space between the tongue and the hard palate, like this. Shh. Shh. So the letter C sounds like sh when it's followed by two vowels or more. Practice these words. Ocean, financial, precious, special, crucial, official, optician. Of course, there's always an exception, and that's the word conceal. In this word, the C is followed by two vowels, but it is pronounced as a soft C, like this. Conceal, not conceal. Now let's just revisit the rules I've mentioned. Look at this sentence. The Pacific Ocean. This is an example of three rules that we've already discussed. C before I is always a soft C, as in Pacific. C at the end of a word is always a hard C, or K sound, as in the end of the word Pacific. And C followed by two or more vowels for the sh sound, as in the word ocean. Now, let's apply the rules to the word accident. Here, both hard C and soft C are together. The first C is followed by another consonant, C, and therefore it takes on the hard K sound. The second C is followed by the vowel I, so it's a soft C. Accident, accident. Look at the word success, success. It's the same rule for the hard and soft C. The first C is followed by another consonant, C, and the second is followed by the vowel E. Success, success. Now look at these two words with two C's, accord and acclaim. Here the two C's together only have the hard C sound, K. If we apply the rules, the first C in accord is followed by consonant C, so it's hard, and the second C is followed by the vowel O, so it remains hard. Remember? C is hard when it's followed by A, O, or U. For acclaim, both C's are followed by consonants, so the sound stays as the hard C sound, K. Now, here's the fourth way that C is pronounced. It's not. It's not pronounced, as it's the silent C. It's unusual but important to know. It's present at the beginning of these SC words. For example, science, sci-fi, scissors. However, as always, there's always an exception or two, and it's the word muscle, not muscle, and crescent, not crescent. Now, see if you can say these well-known cities in the UK. Be careful, they all have silent Cs. Repeat after me. Leicester, Bicester, Worcester, Gloucester. Confusing, right? Now it's tricky sentence time. Repeat after me. In order to conceal his problem, a short-sighted special official from Gloucester went all the way to Leicester to see an optician for some advice twice. Now your turn. In order to conceal his problem, a short-sighted special official from Gloucester went all the way to Leicester to see an optician for some advice twice. Well done. Don't forget, practice makes perfect. So if you want more speaking practice and would like to talk with me, just join my new speaking club by visiting the link in the description below. Until next time, love and peace.